Morning, everybody. It's Barbie here at Nellie and Ruth Designs, and welcome back. A special thank you to my new subscribers I've recently got that started following my crafting um, channel. And thank you for everyone that is a returning viewer. And thank you for all the people that walk by and do a little window shopping. So this is a continuation. This is part 2 of my decoupage box project. And when I left off, I had used on this master board here, you can see I have a few elements that I highlighted in gold. And I had used the gold leaf, the rub and buff. This is a wax metallic finish. And I find it to be quite messy. So I've just kind of been thinking, we're going to stamp this one here today. But I was working on a secondary masterboard, and I used let's see here. I used my decoupage, my Royal Coat decoupage finish to glue these pieces down. And I do like the way these came out. I was just really tired of having sticky fingers. But I want to show you a little tip, because with this rub on, my fingers got really really messy. It's easy to, if you get it on your one of your other fingers, it's easy, it kind of makes blobs and blurbs, and I'm not really crazy about it. I want to start putting this on a surface and adding a little bit of water to it and using it that way. But this here is a very old product that I pulled. I think maybe you might be able to see it here in the light. It's Royal Coat, which is that the same? Yeah, this here, this Royal Coat, this is the same brand. Royal Coat Metallic Luster Wax in Gold. This goes back to the 1970s. This was my mom's, and she did an awful lot of decoupaging. And I found this in the basement, but you can see it's hard as a rock. You can chip away to make little gold flakes, but what I found is, now I'm going to be putting some of these images here on this new master board, but what I found was this, and this does not really come off on your fingers or anything like that, because you can't pick it up. It's not going to adhere to your finger to do some distressing or highlighting. What I just experimented with, and this is a good little tip, an actual makeup, a spongy would work better. You can see here where my Q-tip, the fiber kind of, the cotton kind of comes off, okay? So this is good for a one-time use. But what I did was I really wanted to try this to see how this would work. And I really like this much better. So if you have, and it's just a suggestion, if you have a old metallic whatever, I have some other items too that are just old and dried up. This is from my eye doctor. This is glass cleaner. And all I did was I squirted some of this in with the metallic, and you can see it comes right up on my Q-tip. And then I can just go around and this is where the fiber, the cotton, comes off a little bit. But then I can just very easily go around my image, kind of like you do with your sponges when you're using the Tim Holtz Distress inks. And I can just get this on my paper, and it dries quite quickly, and I don't have to worry about it coming off on my hands or getting on another section of the paper that I don't want it on. And I think this would work really well if you have a foam makeup brush. But if you don't, you can see the Q-tips work really well. And then if you want to add more, you can I just go back and add a little bit more. And I'm going to try this technique with the rub-on. And then you can see that that fits the bill. So I just wanted to show you that, and then I will finish my second masterboard off camera. And maybe once I get done stamping, we can go back and finish it on camera. But I wanted to get my other masterboard stamped with you today. So here is I'm just going to raise this a little bit, the masterboard that I had created the other day, and it's all nice and dry. And so this is the stamp set that I picked out. I thought this would be kind of fun to use. And I'm going to get some of my blocks, but I thought I would use this little funky one here, and I want to use this one. I'd like to use this one here, and maybe some of that. But I just thought these would be kind of fun. And this is Stampin' Up! Timeless Textures. And maybe even, I don't know if I want to use this one or not, but I'll pull it out. And then the inks that I chose, I'm going to continue with some of this is a mocha. Now, I don't know how, here is the copper again. I'm still going to go with the metallics. And this is a Galaxy Gold. And I think I'm just going to use this one here. And maybe, I don't want to add a lot of color to this, and I'll show you why. Here is a Frayed Burlap. Maybe I'll use that. So let me grab a couple blocks. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't expect that. So let me grab a couple acrylic blocks here. All right. Oh, now I'm going to be sniffly. Let's see if this one will stick. This one may not. I don't know why this isn't. There we go. We'll get that one down. We'll get this one down. See if they stick. These are pretty old. And we'll get this one down. And then this one here I can just dab and use around. So I think first we could try some Frayed Burlap. That's kind of a different shade. There we go. And I'm just going to randomly stamp here and there. Let's put one down here. And if I keep sniffing, I'm going to have to excuse myself and take care of it. And we'll do one more up towards the top here. All right, so we'll set that one aside. And then I think we will do some little accents of maybe this copper. We'll see how that works. Oh yeah, that's fun. Just these little tiny. And again, this is more of a real, like a magazine style paper. I'm not going to stamp on there just for the fact that I don't want it to smudge but these are cute. These are almost like little water stains. And these we can just kind of have fun with all over the paper. I haven't played a lot with my stamps in a while, and this is just fun to do. This is just fun. I'll add a little to the fleur-de-lis, if that's what you want to call it. Oh, let's see. All right, so that's good. And then I think we will try some of this Galaxy Gold. So I used those two. I'd really like to I want to use this brown first, because I would like to use this here. So let's put this on here. I'm only going to do a small section of it because I don't want the whole. Oh yeah, I like that. I don't want the whole thing across there. Just a little section. I want to get that straight there. And I think it's always interesting to me to see when you stamp, it really just kind of finishes off the, it just completes it. Regardless of how much you stamp or how little you stamp. It really does just kind of add a little special touch to it. All right, and then the last one, we can try we'll do a couple little gold rings here. And then we don't have to do a lot on that. It just adds just a little background. Almost like a little watermark. And then I will finish the other masterboard with you. But first I'm going to go and take care of my runny nose because I can't get that under control here. So I think that's enough stamping. I'm going to set these to the side. I'll clean them later. But I think it's going to be a fun cut up. So let me go take care of my little runny nose and I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for waiting and tolerating my sniffles. So I'm going to set this aside for 1 minute. I'm going to finish this with you. We'll get this down. And then I have a fun, because I want everyone to be involved in this project. I am going to ask for your help, and I want you to decide how I'm going to finish off my my box. I'm going to show you some images. Let me get these down first. Let me get this on so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to show you some items that I picked and I'm thinking about using. And I just thought it would be fun to involve my viewers. And you could actually tell me what you would like to see me decorate the box with. And then I'm going to be listening very carefully to everyone. Now these circles, I'm going to distress a little bit because there's a lot of white around them. And then based on what everyone tells me, I will choose those items to put down. So I just thought that would be kind of fun to involve everyone. It's nice to see these projects, and I just thought it would be something just fun and different that the viewers could have a say in. And I don't want to cover that one all up like that. Oh, I think I had it down here by the see, and that's my other dilemma. Sometimes I already mentioned that I kind of forget where I put these, and then I pick them up and I just don't remember. These are sticky, and I'm not going to add any glue to them. If I have to after I cut, I will add a little tiny bit. So this one is up here by the music stand, which I will I feel like I have a very small workspace all of a sudden. I have to watch for my sons as well. I thought I would get this quick video when they're coming from the quarry today. They were out there this morning working, and they're picking up lunch, and they asked if I wanted something, and I said sure. So they'll be bringing me lunch shortly, which is very nice and thoughtful. I was out real early too this morning, going to the chiropractor's because I've had a headache for a few days now, and I can tell when my shoulders get too tight, my traps, and with all the snow that we've had here, I've done an awful lot of shoveling and helping clean up, and my neck and shoulders and my traps get so tight that what happens is I have a continuous headache. And it's not a lot of fun. So I got up this morning and decided that I really had to call the chiropractor and get in. So I left here at 8 a.m. and went down there and got some nice electric stim. And he couldn't believe how tight I was. And tonight I'm getting a nice massage. I haven't had a massage in months, since early fall, and I need that as well. I hold all my stress in my traps, and I know when I craft, a lot of times my shoulders are hitting my earlobes. Let's see. I don't know if I want to cover that up. I don't mind covering up some of these mushrooms. So yeah, so I'm gonna go for a nice massage tonight. You can come home and relax. Let's see, we'll put this right here. There. All right, and then we'll get this one. Oh, I want to add some of those I wanted to add a couple of these as well. So let's see here. I can add that one right up there. And if I wanted to take the time, instead of using my Yoo-Hoo, I would gladly use my decoupage glue again with these, but I don't want to get that out, and it's just as easy to put these on with this. So I'm going to put that right. I don't want to cover all of that up, but it looks like I may, huh? Let's do it. Let's do it this way. Let's put that there. And then this one I could put there. Oop. There's a little rip there. This one I'm going to, I'll put that right there like that. That's good. And this I'm going to have to use my cloth to get that one down. And then let's see, I have another one. I'll put one more over here. So I'm going to finish with the gold wax here. Aren't I brave doing this right on my board? Either that or brave or stupid, one or the other. And I do like using this here because it's a little more muted than that brilliant gold. I can dig in there. I'm just happy that I'm able to use this. Another little squirt. And it's not going to waste. First, I was just, when I found it, I was like, oh, I don't know. It's all hard and dried up. And I'm like, no, I'll be able to get it to come back to life. I'll be able to bring it back to life. And I did. All right, so now I can Move that beautiful gold luster to the side. Make some room here. And I will get this, here glued. Get this on, and then I'm going to show you, after I stamp this, I'm going to show you what you're going to be able to participate in, which I think is just a great idea. It's just going to be fun. And I'm going to put this one, I'm going to put that right there. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, so this one is done. Let's get this stamped. And then I'll clean my workspace. So we're going to do the same stamping that I did before. I think we'll use this. We'll do this one first. I hope that y'all have made a master board recently. They're just so much fun to make, and there's so many different ways to create one with so many different types of paper. It's where you can really let your imagination run wild. Okay, so we'll set that aside, move on. And let's see, we will use the pretty little, and what did I use on this one? Oh, I used the burlap, didn't I? I used the Tim Holtz burlap right here. Frayed burlap. So we will continue to use that. I'll go right on some of these stamps here. That'll add a little something something to them, make them less, add a little more interesting detail to them. All right, I think that's good. I'll just do that on the stamps there. And then that's the next one. Let's go back to the little bit of gold ring. Where did that go? I just saw it. That's the floor. That's the, oh, over here. So we will add a little bit of gold to this. And it's just subtle enough to add just a little tiny. You don't always have to have anything big, bold, and bright. It can just be very subtle. And then that way, when you get your images or your other flowers on here, it will add a little something, but it's not going to be in your face. And let's put one up here. So I think that is good for that. Then we're going to add our little copper drops here. I think this is my favorite stamp. It's just so cute. Just little droplets. And these you can kind of just go crazy with. Because they're subtle enough, and they add just the coolest element and they're not overbearing at all. I'm just moving my mat around so you can see these. And I really like stamping on the tissue paper, the pattern paper. I love the texture of that. There, okay, so I think that, let's get a little one in each corner. I think that's good. And one more. Okay. All right, so this is the deal. Let me clean all of this off. And this is where I want your input, and you are going to vote and comment as to what you want to see on the box cover after I cut these 4x4 squares out. So these are the two master boards that I will be using, okay? And I think what I'll do is I'm going to show you right on these boards, and then that way you'll really be able to see the different colors and everything that I've chosen. So because I love nature so much, I want you to tell me what you would like to see on the outside of this box. Now remember, these are going to be 4x4 squares. They're going to go on each, the four sides and one on top. And I want to, because it's going to be decoupage, I want to create either a scene, some sort of continual scene that goes around the box. I thought that would be fun. So this is what I've chosen. I went through a lot of my fussy cut ephemera that I've purchased from a couple different gals. And these images came from Spain and from Great Britain. And I just love them. So I want you, I've picked five different ideas. And this is where I want your help. And I want you to decide what you think will be best for the box. Now, I have all these wonderful butterflies, and maybe what I'll do is I don't want them to get lost on here. So I'm going to move the master board like this so you can still see the colors and the images. And I'm just putting one on top of the other because they're pretty much both the same. So let's call this, we're going to call this the yellow, all right? This is going to be the yellow series. And I love all of these. And I'm going to see if I can, let's move this down just a little bit so you can really see. These here are all butterflies and bees. I want to work with the nature. Whoop. And I have some birds. So I have the butterflies, bees, birds, and I have these really pretty. I don't use yellow a lot. I'm really not a big, trying to fix my lighting here so you can really see. This isn't turned on. I'm not a really big yellow gal. Even in my garden, I don't use a lot of yellow. But these are all of the pieces that I thought would be pretty on the box. And I thought that they would work nicely as well on the on my master board. So this is what this would be. The first choice would be the yellows. Okay. So I'm going to set these aside. And I'm going to scoop them up like this on a piece of paper, set them aside. So that's the yellow. I'll call it the Yellow Nature series, okay? All right, so this is going to be set over here. Now, the next one I chose is, I'm not sure, but I'd like to add, I thought maybe a splash of reds and purples would be pretty. So I found these really sweet girls. These little images came from Maria over in Spain. And I thought I do like to work with children's images. And I found these cute little gals. And I thought if adding a splash of red to the board as well would be kind of cute. And there's enough gals here that would make up the 4 sides. All right. So I also have the girls, and I would like to try to incorporate them, but again, it depends on the different color that we choose. These would work really well with yellow. Okay. The purples and pinks that I've chosen, the fuchsias, not so much. But if you'd like to see the girls on the box on the 4 sides, and I can show you the sizes, so that would help to determine as well. They would fit on there quite lovely. They all fit on there. And they would be kind of cute with the florals. So these all fit very nicely. Now remember, these are 4x4. So we have the girls, okay? So now we come to, I'm going to call this the Edith Holden, because these came from, I think they came from Maria as well. And these would be very pretty also. And I'm just going to show you how these could be, what these would look like on. Now, you have to remember, I would be cutting these down to fit. So I may cut it like this, or I may cut it down like this. But I'm going to call this one in particular the Edith Holden style floral arrangement. So we have all of these pretty little images here, okay? And they're very muted. They're not, vibrant or anything like that. I have a tendency to think you need something a little more vibrant on these muted masterboards. But again, I'm going to leave it up to you. This is your input, and I want to see how you would like to see the box decorated. So this is the Edith Holden one. Okay, that's what we'll name that. So we're going to set that aside. And then these are really pretty bright purples. And again, they're very vibrant, which I think they would be very, very pretty. Again, on this masterboard, we'll call this the purple series, the vibrant purple. And there's a lot of very pretty floral fussy cuts that would look lovely. There's some balloon flowers. So we will call this the purple, the vibrant purple fussy cut images, all right? So that's what these would look like against that board, all right? So again, let's move these to the side. And then I have a couple others here. I know there's a lot to decide. And I'm going to step away. I told you my boys were bringing me lunch. So lunch has just arrived. And then I will be back with the other 2 sets I want to show you. All right, I'll see you shortly. All right, I'm back from lunch. You ready to keep going? All right, let's keep going. So I have 2 more packs here. This may be too similar to the vibrant purple, but we have this one here. And let's see if this is a little bit different shade of yellow. These look like yellows again. And they are. Let's put this down as yellow number 2, because it does have, it's got some more birds in it. And it does have some different designs. This has a little bit different color to it. It's more of a, has a little bit of orange in it. This one has a little bit orange. We can name this one the orange yellow. We could name this one the orange yellow. And this has a little bit different shades to it. It's just not all a bright yellow, which is quite pretty. Little bit, again, a little bit more muted. A little bit different shades of the yellow, which I like. Got some pretty birds here. Might be able to incorporate some of them. So this one we could label as the orange yellow. So this would be, let's see, this would be number, we've got 1, 2, 3. This with the girls, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe kit number 5. These are a little bit darker yellow. So we'll label this one the orange yellow. So if you like this one, that's how you can refer to this one as. Let me get my little white paper here to set these aside. And then one more. And then y'all can have a say in what gets put on the box top and the sides. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to have everyone be involved. So let's see if this is similar. This may be a duplicate. And if it has the thistles in it, yeah, this is pretty much a duplicate of what I showed you before. I would just incorporate this into the vibrant purple. I could blend the two. Just has some different flowers. That looks like a, I don't know what that is. Almost looks like a lilac, but lilacs don't grow like that. I don't think it's not a hyacinth. That's a big thistle. So, and I also keep in mind some of the smaller pieces, which would look nicer on the side instead of something big like that. So if you see a kit that has more of the smaller, more delicate type flowers that would work best on the side, you know, something like that would be pretty as well. You know, keep that in mind too. So that is going to finish up today's video. I think I'm very excited about this project. I'd really like to incorporate some nice material. I've been thinking about this. I'd like to incorporate some lace maybe on the sides of the box, or little tiny pieces maybe to hang down to give it a little shabby look, or up on top here. Maybe a nice little lace doily underneath the handle. But I think this is going to be a really fun project, and I'm very excited about everyone commenting and having their say as to what you might like to see as far as the nature floral, the colors, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So I want to thank everybody for joining in today. I'm sorry I had so many breaks. It's a Friday here and things are kind of upside down, but I think the video is, I think it's a good video. I hope I've given you a few little tips on using, you know, old vintage style waxes and things like that. Other ways you can use them too without having to use your finger, by using the Q-tip or maybe a little makeup sponge. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really fun project, and I hope you stay tuned. I hope you join in on the fun, and I hope you comment and let me know what you'd like to see. So thanks everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you down the road. Alrighty, bye-bye.